Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Welcome to Discover Your Spirit with Brenda Reading. I am your host on this Lilydale radio show. It's called Discover Your Spirit. I am honored and privileged to be a Lilydale registered medium and to be spending time with you this evening. So we are live tonight, and the plan is for me to share a message with you all that I received when I sat in meditation with Spirit for 2025, to have a few talks about it and, comments. And then we will do some spot mini readings. We'll see how that goes tonight. So, Discover Your Spirit is one of the many shows on Lilydale Radio. And there's so much going on at Lilydale right now. I urge you to check out the website, lilydaleassembly.org. And if you look on the calendar that's posted, you will see that there is a plethora of online Zoom classes for you all to peruse and enjoy. So much going on from now until when season starts. And then, of course, in June, it becomes very busy. We're very excited about the workshops and the season that's going to be coming your way this year for 2025. So first, I would like to share that message that I said that I would in the blurb advertising the show ahead of time. And I just have to say, if I seem a little subdued tonight, I have to say I spent 10 hours watching 3 of my grandkids. So I'm a little less boisterous and peppy than usual. So I'm going to try to be my normal self for all of you. Okay. So here's the message. When I sat in meditation and asked Spirit for a message for all of us for 2025. There may be much external chatter. This is the time to tune in to your internal compass. What rings true for you? Become aware and dedicated to what ignites your soul, what feeds your growth and joy. You can take baby steps, knowing you are on a journey of a lifetime. Self-love is not for the weak. It takes commitment and resolve to allow yourself to be happy in who you are and who you wish to become. Your inner light has always burned within. Feed the flames of your soul light with what moves you. So that was the message that I received for all of us from Spirit for 2025. Hello, everyone. Julie, Jennifer, Nicole, Laura. Hi. Devin. And when I think about that message, it's not anything new, right? It's like we hear a lot about thinking about what is good for ourselves and that. But I think with so much going on around us, just the world at large, and the politics, the everything, what's going on in our own country, other countries, all of it. It does seem like it's a lot of chatter, right? I thought that was interesting that Spirit used that word, and all I could think of was like squirrels, how they chatter, and it just becomes so much noise, right? It really does. If you hi from Houston, Ronith, how are you? If you think about it, depending on what news station you're listening to, or the radio, or you're on your phone and you're looking at whatever social media site that you're looking at, there's just all this chatter about all these things, and depending on the perspective of the person that you're listening to, it can be really negative, it can be really scary, it can be uplifting, but most of the time it's just a lot of noise. It's a lot of noise. And I think what Spirit was trying to say is that when this is around us, right, when we've got so much chaos, if you will, going on externally around us, that it's a good time to just be still and go within and think about what really nurtures our own soul. And I don't know if you know numerology, if you're into that, but if you add all the digits up in the year 2025, it's a 9-year in numerology, right? And that's supposed to signify a year of endings and culmination and, letting go and stuff like that. But I thought, for me, I don't want to wait a whole nother year to start something new, right? I want to, and I think what Spirit's trying to say is to look at it from the perspective of, what if we let go of putting ourselves last, right? And I don't mean, you take care of your family and all that stuff, but how often do we really think about what makes you happy, what makes you laugh, what makes you smile, what gives you that pep in your step, the twinkle in your eye, that makes you want to get up in the morning and get going and do those things. And it's hard sometimes with all the chatter, right, to remember to do those things for ourselves. And I thought, what if we allowed ourselves to believe that we're extraordinary beings, and that we're capable of trying new things and listening to new viewpoints and hearing new ideas, and not just capable, but that's what life is supposed to be, right? We're allowed to try new things. We're allowed to change our mind. We're allowed to shift our perspective from one way to the other. And it's okay if we don't all agree. And it's okay if I don't like the same things as my friend or my family member, and that, because that's what makes life interesting. We're not just a bunch of robots, well, not yet, right? We're not a bunch of robots, that are all supposed to be the same. And so I think with that message is that it can be quite peaceful too, to close down the chatter and not listen to it, and focus more on your inner health and what makes you happy. And I will say, today, as tired as they make me, my grandkids, they make me laugh. It's such a simple joy to sit back and watch them learn things. One is almost 2 and one is 3.5, and the other one just turned 7. These are my one daughter's kids. And I have 3 more too, but it's like, just simple things that if you take the time to do them, that they crack me up. I have to say it. They just crack me up. And it just puts everything into perspective, right? We get so caught up in all the chatter. So, I, for one, I'm going to try to sit back and think about what things make me happy. And if there's something I don't know whether it makes me happy or not, I think maybe I'll just give it a shot and see if I like it, right? Because this is what we're supposed to do. Life is a smorgasbord. We're supposed to try things and do things to feed our soul. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to give you that message from Spirit. I also wanted to tell you a little bit about a class that I'm going to be doing. It starts at the end of January. I can't believe we're in January already, right? The whole last year went by so fast. So the end of January 29th, there's six Wednesdays that we have class. It's on Zoom from 7 to 8:45 at night, and it's Mediumship Development 2. So if you have had a beginning course, or you've learned a little bit about the clairs and all that, and you've been doing some class work, and you want to start focusing more on the type of evidence you're bringing in, telling a more in-depth story for the client, and I don't mean a story like it's not true. I mean a story that's full of evidence from your loved one, a few more pieces of solid evidence, holding the link longer, being able to stay connected longer, having more than one spirit person come in for you, being able to talk to more than one spirit. I mean, there's ways to develop that after the basics, after you've learned the basics. So, yeah, I would encourage you to go to my website, which is very easy, brendareading.com, and check out the information. And if you'd like, you could sign up. And I think it's very reasonable. It's only $119 for the 6 classes. So, and we spend a lot of time practicing and doing exercises. And I record the classes for you so that if you happen to miss one, anything that we talk about as far as lecture or exercises that's not done one-on-one in a breakout room is recorded so that you can watch it and you won't miss anything. All right. So that's just something that I wanted to share with you. I've got quite a few students that have been asking for a next level. It's like, now what? We learned about the clairs, we're doing some messages and stuff. Now what? So that's what's happening at the end of January. And if you have any questions, you can message me or send me an email, which is on my website. You can get a hold of me. All right. So let's see where we are. Let's take a look at some of the people that we have here. So before we do the little messages, I hope that message from Spirit on, paying a little more attention to what makes you happy this year, as opposed to putting all your focus on the external chatter, right? I think that will help us get through whatever the year will bring for us. All right. Let me see who would like, if you would like a mini reading, just, say, please, hey, I would like a reading. There's a lot of people on here tonight. Hello, everyone. Oh, from all over the place. California. We've got Bristol Kirk from California. We've got Mary from Florida. Oh, we've got Catherine from Ontario. We've got Susan from Tucson, Arizona. We've got people from Colorado. Hello, Cindy. Wow, all over the place tonight. Hello and Happy New Year. All right. Virginia, goodness, we've got a lot. Hi, Amy. How you doing? All right, so we've got a lot of people on here. Now let me see. All right. I have a Connie Witten. All right, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Connie Witten. If you are still interested in a mini reading, if you could say, I'm still here, and we will tune into your energy. All right, Connie? So just post a comment on there so I know that you're here. There you go. Wonderful. Isn't this amazing how this works? Now, the real funny thing about it, I find funny, is that you all can see me, right? I can't see anybody. The only person I see is me, right? So I just see your names. So, Connie, let me turn into your energy here and thank you. Connie, I feel like I have a man in spirit here for you. And I feel like as I look at him, I feel like he did have he did have some age wrinkles, in his forehead here. And I feel like the hair on top of his head got quite thin, but he still has some. All right. He still has some there. And And I feel like this man would have left the house every day to go to work. But I feel like he would have worked in a place, like a factory. Okay, I feel like I'm going in and I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing some factory work, and and I also feel though that this man would have liked the outdoors, because as I look at his skin, I feel like the wrinkles he has, they're not just age wrinkles. I feel like he spent a lot of time outside, so I feel like that would have been some of the wrinkles. And he's showing me, he's touching his mouth, and he's showing me that he may have had quite a few problems with his teeth. All right. I don't know that he got his teeth like replaced. I feel like there might be a little bit of a space here in the front, and he's just making me aware of that. Connie, I don't know if any of this makes any sense at all to you, but I feel like I'm going back at least one generation, maybe two, with this gentleman. And I feel like he liked to get together with people. I feel like he did like to talk. And I feel like how he left this world, I feel like it started in one place and would have traveled throughout his body. Okay. Connie, are you there? Let me know if you know who this man might be. All right. I feel like I might be on Dad's side of the family with him. And I want to give you, let's see. Okay. Connie, I'm just going to share this. Your dad was a foreman at Chautauqua Hardware. He loved the outdoors, and he broke his tooth on peanut brittle I made him. Okay. So I think it's interesting that this man that I'm seeing, he's touching his mouth and showing me this problem with his tooth. So I think it's very interesting that you are letting me know that he broke his tooth on the peanut brittle that you made for him. So, and he's not upset about it. In fact, he's kind of laughing about it. So, wow, so we know we have your dad here. Okay, so Dad is here. And goodness, I don't know that this would have been something he would have believed in or not, but boy, is he happy that he can do this now. I feel like he just wants to put his arms around you, give you a big hug. I also feel like he's got thanks. He's giving you thanks for, I don't know if you were there to help take care of him, at the end. I usually get this sign from Spirit, and I'll show you all. It's like a rubbing of my arm, when someone is either there to help the person when they pass, or took care of them, or made decisions for them, that kind of thing. And he is very, very grateful to you for what you did for him. And I also feel like he wants to give, I don't know if you have a son, but I feel like he is wanting to give special highlight to a young man in the family. Very proud of this young, okay, you were there and you rubbed his feet. He's just so grateful for everything you did for him. And he's also, like I said, he is highlighting a young man. I feel like it's someone that you're close to, and very proud of him. And I feel like there was a special relationship between the two of them. So I'm just going to leave you with your dad tonight. And you don't need to worry. He is A-OK. All right. I feel like he's somewhat in charge over there. Oh, your son is getting married in June. Fantastic. Well, I will tell you one thing. your dad will be there. Okay. He will not miss it. He may not be there in physical form, but he will be there in every other way. All right. So thank you, Connie. I'm going to leave that with you. And thank you for the confirmation, because teaching moment here. When you give a positive confirmation back to a medium that something makes sense or that something is correct, it further enhances the connection and it speeds up the energy, and the spirit seems to be able to communicate even more with the medium. So I just a little teaching point there for all of you. All right. Oh, thank you, Julie. That was wonderful for you to say that. All right. I am going to talk to Emily Colt. Emily Colt, you would like a mini reading, right? Just let me know that you're still here, Emily. I do believe that you are. I'm going to, as you just posted that a little bit ago. Okay. Emily. Emily, I feel like I have a lady here in spirit for you. Gosh, I'm looking at her hand. She's showing me her hands, and I feel like she would have worked very hard. Okay, like a lot of physical, always with her hands, working. I see you, Emily. Okay, and gosh, I think she sure did love to clean. All right. She made sure everything was clean. She's rubbing things with her hand for me right now, polishing, cleaning everything. She really did love to make sure everything was spick and span is the word I'm hearing from her. I feel like she has shorter hair, and I feel like it may have turned a very light color as she aged. Okay. Let's see what else. I feel like she wasn't a real tall person, and I feel that she was a little, broad, kind of broad shoulders, actually, and I feel some of that is because she was quite strong in her upper chest area. So I'm feeling like she may have come from an upbringing of where she may have had to do physical labor. She may have worked on a farm or gardening or something, because she's quite strong in the upper torso. Just give me a second here, Emily. Okay. So what else? What else does she want to say? She feels more like a grandma to me. Okay. That's how she feels to me. I feel like I might be on mom's side of the family with her, but this woman comes across with a grandmother type of vibration. Okay. I feel like she would have had congestion in her lungs. All right. I've got a cough with her. And so I feel like she would have had respiratory problems when she left. And maybe even throughout her life. I don't, she might have had some asthma. Would you understand this woman, Emily? Just let me know if it makes any sense. Let me see what else I can get from her. I do feel that she liked working in the flowers, okay, because she just handed me one, and I believe it's for you, okay, and it's actually, as I look at the flower that she's pulling forth, it's an early spring flower, okay, Emily, and it's like a daffodil, but it's not the ones that are all yellow. You can tell I'm not a big gardener. They're not the ones that are all yellow. It's the one that has the lighter color around the outside, and then maybe a little bit of that orangey red in the middle. So that's the kind of flower it is. And I think usually the reason, that they give me a flower is either they really loved gardening, or you really love gardening, or the month the time period that the flower is from is important. So I feel like she's talking about spring. Okay, so, oh, you never met her. Okay, wow, your great grandma. She's a strong woman. Okay, that's what I want to say. I want to say that she's a strong in many ways. All right, not just physically strong, but I feel like she had a strong resolve. All right, and I feel like she had to have a strong resolve. So let's get to her message for you. Okay, maybe you can ask someone else in the family about her to see if there's any of that made sense that I gave you. Okay, Emily. But what I want to say is that I feel that she's saying that the springtime this year is going to be very important for you. Um, hmm. I feel like what your great grandma, if it's your great grandma, this woman is saying is that things are a little like a teeter totter right now. All right. It's like things are going back and forth. And I feel that April, end of March, April time period, things are going to calm down and you're going to be able to see clearly what you're trying to figure out. Okay. And that's she says you're strong as well. I feel like she wants to say the women on that side of the family, mom's side of the family, very strong resolve. Okay. um, very strong. All right. And so she's saying everything will be fine. You'll get through it this spring. All right. Thumbs up. All right. So I'm going to just give that to you, Emily. Okay. Let's see who else we have here. How about sorry, I'm just trying to go through and see where I'm drawn. Judy Cessna Dale. Are you still here, Judy? Judy. Oh, you're so welcome, Emily. I hope that was helpful. Okay. Judy, let me know you're still here. Judy Dale, and we'll connect in with your energy. Okay, you're still here. Great. Okay, Judy. Judy, as I step into your energy, I feel like I have a woman, and she feels like they say it's a contemporary to describe people, and that would mean someone that's of your time period. Okay, so I feel like she's someone that you've known in your own time period. All right, so that not a mom and a dad, not a grandma like that, but someone of your own age group. Okay, and I feel like she had a robust personality. Okay, I feel like she was. Let's just put it this way: everybody knew when she was around. Okay, Judy, and you couldn't miss her. She everybody knew that she was around, and quite vocal, quite vocal, and you knew how she felt about things. Um, Gosh, I feel like I might have had a heart problem. Okay, and I feel like I might not have even known that I did have one. I feel like this was kind of a surprise. All right, her passing. Um, she may have been a friend or someone that you worked with. Okay, that's how I feel. I feel like it's in that realm. Um, I feel like this person, she might have leaned on you a bit, trusted you with some things, Trisha, I am talking to Judy Dale. Okay. And I feel like, she's grateful for being able to talk with you. All right. That's what I feel like. And, I feel like she had a lot of friends and a lot of people in her world, and that her passing was, I mean, everyone's passing is, sad and tragic. However, this was like unexpected. Okay. And I feel like that was the tragedy of it, is it, and I don't even know that she was in her mid 50s. Okay. So that's what I feel. um let's see. So Judy, does that sound like anyone you know? All right, does that make sense to you? If you can let me know if you have a friend or someone that you worked with like that. Because, oh, you think I have someone else's energy. Well, it is possible. I have a lot of names here that I really don't know who you all are, but let me see. Let me just see if I can get a little more on this person, okay? Um, and maybe you will know who it is. I feel like there's an A name in connection with her. I don't know if it's Annie or Allie or something like that. I feel like there's a connection of an A name. And she just feels like she's stepping in and she's just letting everyone know that she's fine. Um, So, Judy, I'm sorry if you don't know who this is, but for all of you that are listening, if if you know, if someone knows who it is, take the message, and just know that this person is fine, and she's just grateful for having been able to confide or talk to this person. Okay. Sometimes this happens when, like, we're standing at the stump and giving messages and they don't know who it is, but you are thinking to yourself, oh, I know who that is. That's my person. And we tell everyone, if it makes sense to you, take the message. So I'm just going to give that out there. And if anybody can understand it, take it. And Judy, maybe later you'll remember this person, and that's fine. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on. All right. Simone Donnelly. How about we give you a mini reading, okay? All right. Simone, as I connect in with your energy, I feel like I have another lady here, okay? I feel like I have a lady here, and I feel like, I feel like I want to put my hands together, and I feel like this woman was devoted to her faith, is how I want to describe it, okay? Um, I feel like, so Simone, if you're still there and you want this message, well, I'm going to give it to you anyway. So, anyways, I'm just going to give it. But it'd be nice if I knew you were still here. So, yeah, this I keep going like this. This lady is devoted to her faith, and And I feel like she would have tried to get to church as often as she could. All right. Okay, Simone, good. Um, and I feel like not only was her faith important to her, her family was important to her, but her heritage was important to her. Where she came from, her people. It was important, and tradition. She feels very traditional, and we had to make sure all the holidays were taken care of, and that we we went to church on the holy day of obligation, that type of thing. Um, she and it was very. She just had an idea of what was the right way to do things. Okay, so she might not have always been easy to sway. Let's put it that way, because I'm feeling her energy, and she kind of thought, this is how she was raised, that this is the right way, and this is how we do things, and and I feel like she was pretty, straightforward, and that's how it was. So, um, gosh, so I feel like this this could be I feel like I'm on mom's side of the family again, all right, with this lady. And she's can be quite a character. Okay, so let's talk about some more evidence for her. I'm asking, she's putting a little hat on her head, so I don't know. I don't know if she would wear a hat when she went out, so we're going back. I feel like I'm going back with this woman a ways. Because she's got this little hat on her head, and for some reason it's purple. Okay, so I'm just going to give it to you. This lady's got a purple hat on her head, and so we might be back in the 60s with this woman, which means she could be a grandma, great grandma, depending on, or an aunt. She has that, she has that kind of feel. I can't take the church bit, but holidays, yes. I don't know. She just keeps going like this to me. So, all right. So who does this feel like to you? Let's talk about, I feel like she would have had problems with her hip. All right. I've got a problem on my right side of me with my hip. And I feel like she's got some issues with her legs, walking. All right. I also feel like she might have had some arthritis. I'm not a doctor, I don't diagnose, but I feel like she might have had some issues. My hands hurt a little bit, and but yeah, so this lady was quite a character. Let's see. I feel like she may have came from a family that, quite a few brothers and sisters and stuff. I also feel that. Okay. Because I feel like family was very, very important to her. And I feel like she's with a woman on the other side that in in lifetime they may have butted heads a little bit, like a sister or a sister-in-law. I think I'm hearing sister. Okay. She kind of butted heads with her quite a bit, but they are hanging out on the other side, and everything seems okay. It was one of those relationships where nobody else could say anything bad about her, but she could say something bad about her. I don't know if you understand that, Simone. Like sometimes we have these relatives that, we don't always get along with them ourselves so much, but don't let anybody else say anything bad about them, right? That's the kind of feeling that it feels like right now, Simone, with this woman. So do you know who this lady is? Do you know who she is? I think you do. I think, okay. Anyway, so what's her message to you? All right. What is the message for you? Okay, Simone. I feel like if this was the kind of woman that if she thought you should be doing something, she'd tell you. All right. And your grandma. Okay. And I feel like she's kind of wanting to give you a little push. Um, let's just say a gentle nudge from behind, like she wants you like to get on with it. There's something that you've been like kind of hesitant about, and she's wanting to push you, like just do it, try it, just do it, do it. Because she's kind of like, how can I say, giving you a little boot in the butt, that's what she's saying. She's quite forward, letting me know what she thinks. And she says, don't overthink it. You're going to be fine. It's going to be good. So I feel like she's trying to just get you to go ahead. The answer is yes. It's a green light. Do it. Okay. I feel like she could be impulsive if she wanted to be, like, oh, let's try this. So yeah, that's what she's saying is go ahead, try it, do it. I hope you understand what she's talking about. If you don't in the moment, you will, all right? Because she's wanting you to go ahead with it, all right? So I'm going to give that to you from your grandma on the other side. So isn't that, you can understand, perfect, yay. I've done my job. My work is done, right? So what I want to say about that is, when we're doing our message work, and especially in this instance, because I don't know any of you, I'm just looking at your names. I'm trying to feel in your energy, and trying to connect with someone in spirit world that's significant to you, right? And that steps forward for you. And I believe, I know this is going to sound like, oh, could you really think this? But this is what I really think. Our loved ones know that there's going to be an opportunity for them to come through. Just like when you go to a reading, right? When you go have a reading with a medium, your loved ones know you're going. And how do I know this? Because there are times that I will have spirit loved ones show up early, a day early for someone, and I don't even know the person. I don't even know who they're for, but by golly, the next day I'm doing a reading and everything they talked about, and they turn out that they're connected to a person that I'm reading the next day. So your people that came in tonight, I believe they know there's going to be an opportunity for them to talk. And just like if you go to Lilydale in the summer, or to have a reading, or to go sit at one of the message services, whether it's at Forest Temple or at the Stump, I really believe that your spirit loved ones, they know you're going to be there. So they get all ready, and they want to meet you there too. So they're just a thought away, right? So with that, I want to thank you all so much for stopping in and spending this time with me tonight. And I will be back in 2 weeks. And in that show, I will be speaking with Cassandra Joan Butler. She is a medium and astrologer extraordinaire. I've had her on the show before. She's always so informative and so much fun. And I've asked her to take a spiritual look at the astrology for 2025. Okay. So that we can talk about how does the astrology for 2025 relate to our own development and our own soul growth and our own journeys on this spiritual path that we're all taking together, right? So with that, I just want to say, have a good night. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Good night.